Rutank is getting a whole lot of limelight recently, and he's going to be teaming up with the one and only Feg himself, playing as the Lictor Alpha in a team game. Can you believe it? Let's have a better look at this Lictor Alpha. There he is. Look at him, isn't he a sneaky fucker? With his yellow eyes. Now, I've got to wish the blue team luck, really, because they're facing double Imperial Guard in a team game. So that could be pretty rough, and I don't know if you guys are aware of how the 2v2 and the 3v3 meta works, but let me tell you. The Lictor Alpha versus IG is probably the worst matchup in the entire team game roster. IG stomped the shit out of Tyranids. But we'll see how he fares in this case. They've actually got a pretty good opening engagement here, flesh-hooking the Lord General forward, getting a lot of free damage on him. Going to bleed a couple of his Stormtroopers off, and the Horm's obviously pushing him away. Horm's going to rotate, they're low in HP, don't want to bleed too much. They're going to start decapping the power. And Lictor's probably going to try and get in on the Guardsman, going to be detected at the moment by the Sentinel. It's got that soft detection. What's happening over on this side? So we've got the Space Marines versus Inquisitor. That's going to be a lot easier for Rutank here. But looks like he's just kiting the Inquisitor. Should force her off there, turning around, shooting with the Tactical Marines. Let's check out here. We've got a lot more carnage. Hormagaunt's getting in melee once again. Sync kill. Again, we're seeing sync kills in the Elite Mod on units that aren't on the last model. What is it all about? And I remember someone commented not so long ago that they only seen it happen in retreat. The Termagants were not retreating there, so it's not that. I mean, it could happen more in retreat, but it's clearly not just that. I don't know. So, one thing to note, you'll see how Berry, or Feg, I never know whether to call him Feg or Berry. Well, I might switch interchangeably, so be ready for that. But definitely don't call him Zerif. It's Feg or it's Berry. You'll notice that he put a lot of pressure on there, but he actually wasn't able to capture his natural VP. So we've already got a big VP deficit for the blue team. Now Rutank has built triple gens over here, and I don't know if he built any more power nodes, but basically he hasn't got a lot of units out right now. He's got a decent stockpile of requisition. We'll see what he's going to do with it. Could get another Tactical Space Marine, could get a Devastator out. He needs to get something out. We've got a Holy Brazier on the Inquisitor here, which could be quite problematic. We're getting the Rosarius to back it up as well. And Lictor Alpha just roaming around, infiltrated, kind of doing his thing. No anti-melee here, so the Warriors and the Hormagauts are just going to charge straight through. Nice knockback actually from the Warrior there, letting the Hormagauts then close in and bleed a lot of models.
One of our generators is under attack.
Yeah, Rutank really struggling right now. He's going for ASM, which seems extremely weird, given that you've already got the Holy Brazier and the Rosarius to deal with. So you've now got a tanky melee hero with a 50 DPS power melee weapon, and he's going for ASM. Doesn't really make any sense to me, but okay. He's going to lose all three of the gens he built there. At least Feg is keeping the gens destroyed over this side. There are now Kadishan Devils though, which is going to be difficult. Honestly, the Kadishans could have easily meleeed that Lictor there, and that probably would have been the death of him, certainly with an old reliable as well. Bit of a fail there from Stigma. Inquisitor of Autumn is going to be heading over to the mid, which is actually kind of a fail because there's ASM, which obviously Autumn hasn't seen yet, but the ASM are going to actually run rampant over all this because they've got that heavy infantry, and this is just las guns. Ooh, this is actually really lucky for Rutank. Autumn builds a heavy weapons team, not Kadishans. So the heavy weapons team would be nice if your opponent's going for something like double Tactical Space Marines or something like that. But against a ASM, it's not going to be very useful, is it? Obviously Autumn hadn't seen the ASM. And I guess didn't expect it, given the reasons that I said. So yeah, they're going to get jumped. No flamer yet, so it is going to be a relatively slow bash. Will they be able to snag the Inquisitor and retreat? No, they're not in the correct position. But yeah, these guardsmen here not really going to be able to do much right now. Just, you know, obviously we're in tier 1. We got no plasma right now, just las guns. Going to take a long time to kill these Space Marines. A shame really that Rutank doesn't have the flamer. That would put in a lot of work, and also really messing up their walks. His heavy weapons team right into the Force Commander's melee. Force Commander overextended though. Shouldn't be going that far forward. Got some Hormagaunts harassing here. That's a nice play. Pushing the Guardsmen away, let the Scouts get the decap. As long as he doesn't lose the Homers, doesn't, they retreat out. And here we go. Now we've got the ASM without the energy for another jump, suppressed by the heavy weapons team. Yeah, they got to retreat. And the Holy Brazier Inquisitor in melee with the Tactical Space Marine, so kills a model. But Rutank's going for a really fast tier 2. We've got the full gen farm up on all sides now. All sides, and honestly the VPs are pretty similar too. Little bit of a VP lead for the red team. That said, it's draining down pretty quick right now. Nice flesh hook. Looks like the Stalk Global has been used as well, so he's doing extra damage right now, moving extra quick. Surprised he didn't manage to kill any models off the Lord General there. Oh, he got... No, he didn't get any Stormtroopers. Oh well. Warriors trying to stay in play right now to use that Bab Strangler, but it's really risky because, of course, you can't suppress the Sentinel and they're super low, so that could start triggering some synaptic backlash if they're not careful. Scouts will get the cap on the mid, but they're dropping HP. One of the Warriors does go down. Just needs to get out of this engagement. I don't like this engagement. Staying in with the Warriors actually misfires. Just get out. I don't like this. Oh, going for the kill on the Sentinel. Dodges the stomp. But yeah, it's too risky. Too risky. ASM though, dominating the heavy weapons team. Honestly, it's this heavy weapons team, what a terrible purchase. Now the good thing for Autumn is that they will be able to get the Assail armor in tier 2 and just immobilize the ASM after they jump in, and then obviously kill them with plasma guns that you can get in tier 2. It always does feel a bit going for ASM against the Inquisitor. So that sort of window of strength is going to disappear. Now this would be great if Rutank can kill the Sentinel with the Razorback before the Sentinel can get the missile launcher. That would be huge. He's been too conservative. He doesn't chase the Sentinel. He could easily have killed it right there. He's being way too conservative, and now the Inquisitor can... Oh wow, completely messed up her micro there. Drops to the Razorback. The Inquisitor can just get the missile launcher Sentinel and the Inferno pistol, and she will kill everything. But this is where IG kind of stomps the poor Tyranids. You've got multi-las turrets, which don't actually get suppressed. The Sentinel doesn't get suppressed by the Bow Strangler. We've got a creeping Basilisk Barrage. Kind of a weird, awkward positioning for the Barrage. I'd have put it this way, but whatever. Doesn't matter. It forced off the Nid Blob. And now that's an easy gen bash. Kadashan's got their Sergeant, so he's got a Melter Gun. He's going to be doing a lot of damage right now. But there is a flank from the Razorback, and there's no AV over here, no missile launcher. There is a missile launcher now on Autumn's Sentinel, so that could come and hunt the Razorback. Razorback doesn't have any upgrades right now, so only 400 HP, so that's 4 missiles from the Sentinel is going to wipe this thing. Fully upgraded Guardsman here, just the Commissar here, no plasma yet, this warrior. Okay, I was going to say, reinforcing off the Razorback, that's not too bad. It's got the Thorax Swarm, so this warrior can now throw out an Electroshock Grub against the Sentinel. That could lead to the death of the Sentinel right now. Oh, I don't know why it's getting so close. Obviously, mustn't have seen the Electroshock Grub. No repairs on the Sentinel. Stigma is messing up his micro. Way too slow on the repairs. It wouldn't matter though. There is a Venom Brood here, so that is going to be outputting a lot of DPS to the Sentinel. And there's no AV, so this is a one engagement. Venom Brood, honestly, at this point, should just force melee. Venom Brood is actually pretty decent at melee. No special attacks, so against melee squads, it'll get wrecked, but it does decent damage in melee, and it's quite robust, so yeah, they should just force melee on the Guardsman. But it doesn't matter, he wins the engagement anyway, and a nice play here by Feg. He's actually flanked around of his Hormagaunts, and they're going to be gen bashing. And now the Venom Brood can follow up with that. Presumably going to be seeing the ranged Synapse and the Venom Brood buff up your term against getting the Swarm on them, so they don't bleed that much against the IG. And yeah, at least you've got AV then to deal with any of the Demon Rust that might come out later. So Rutank, on the other hand, now has to contend with some Mordian Ogrins, which is going to be rather tricky. Now, obviously, he didn't have his Razorback down here the whole time. It's flanking over again now. It does have to be careful, though, because... Oh, wow. It needs to be super careful. This is a very heavy response to just a Razorback, which doesn't even have its upgrade. A Las Cannon and a Missile Launcher Sentinel. Now, fortunately for Rutank, the Missile Launcher Sentinel has the fragmentation grenades in right now, not the actual cracked missile, so it's not going to do a lot of damage to the Razorback. The Razorback's moving forward again, putting pressure onto the Sentinel, but nothing is tying up the heavy weapons team. So the Sentinel will go down, but the Las Cannon will finish off the Razorback. That was very sloppy play. I don't know why he moved it forward so far. The Tactical Marines would have been quite sufficient, I think, in dealing with it. So he trades the heavy weapons team for a Razorback. Doesn't feel like a good trade to me. I don't know. And here comes Feg with some Termagants, which not going to be doing much damage to the Ogrins thanks to their super heavy infantry armor, but at least they can crippling poison them. Ogrins going kind of crazy. Ogrins might even get the kill on the FC. They're gonna with the Ripper Guns. They do, and that's really bad because Feg had a dead Lictor Alpha, but that Lictor Alpha can now rotate over to the FC and come revive him pretty easily. No range synapse yet on the Venom Brood. And the double crippling poison will actually scare off the Ogrins. No model losses. Both of the blue team are going to be going tier 3. Rutank right now is floating tremendous amounts of requisition. I would strongly advise him getting a plasma dev. That would help put a lot of pressure on basically everything the IG can field. But a good P-dev shot will take off half the HP of the Ogrins instantly, and obviously it will kill Guardsman. So that would be very strong, and it's 400 requisition, 15 power. You know, that would be great for his build. He could put it in the mid. He could put it like here and protect the VP sort of thing. But once again, with Feg transitioning to the bottom side to assist Rutank, his generator farm is now vulnerable. That said, it will be easy to replace with Rutank. Rutank's floating crazy amounts of wreck. I'm really not sure these Ogrins have been... Sorry, not the Ogrins. The ASM have been worth it here. Psyker now as well to support them. See how that fares. I mean, kind of surprising to not see anything on the Force Commander, but I was going to say now he's in tier 3, you can just get the Terminator armor. Be interesting to see what he goes for, though. Obviously, the Lightning Claws would hard count the Rippers. What? Yes, they'd count the Rippers, but he doesn't need to. They're from his team. They would hard count the Ogrins. Oh, I'm going to get killed in retreat. Sad. I'm not really sure why they were so far forward, but okay. So, buff the IG here, clearly sticking it out in... Wait. The last cannon never died. Oh my god, I thought the last cannon died. That's not a second one, is it? It just never died. That's really bad for blue team, because there's still a last cannon on the team now to count the can effects. That's going to be annoying. Red team is stuck in tier 2. Let's see... Oh, he's doing it again. He's going for the heavy flamer Rutank. I don't know what's going to upload. A 1v1 or this with Rutank first. But he did this in a 1v1 I cast. And I don't know why he went for it. To be fair, it's actually a lot better here. There are a lot of threats that the heavy flamer can deal with. In that 1v1 there really wasn't. So let's see how it can do against all these squishy IG units. Yeah, melting the Kadishans right now. The problem, of course, is that... Oh my god, Kadishan should die to the damage over time here, but he stops focus firing them. For some reason, lets them live with 10 HP. I was going to say the main problem is these Ogrins. Yeah. I don't know, man. He needs to get out of there. What is he doing? Okay, teleports out. That's fine. Lictor Alpha's going to go put pressure onto the natural VP. We got a Carnifex coming out now. It is going to be a Barb Strangler Carnifex, so it will have to once again be careful of the Ogrins. But on the other hand, the damage that this thing can output to the Ogrins is also pretty strong. Spore Mine's coming out of this thing. It's going to be pretty dangerous. Yeah, Stormtroopers get their Melter Bomb off, but they've got to get out of there. And Ogrin's pushing in a bit deep, really, I think, here. I don't think there was any need for them to go this deep. And it kind of just means that all of Autumn's main army is now routed Vanguard are on the field. They got that power melee DPS, which will make them a lot better against the Ogrins. Actually got an execute here from the Guardsman, which is brave. Could very easily be jumped again by the Vanguard.
An ally has taken a victory point.
It looks like for now, Feg is going to be in a great position. Not really anything to counter it. I mean, Melta Stormtroopers can't really do anything. They'll just get hit by one Bow Strangler and then they're useless. Catishans will die very fast. Shocked that there's no ranged Synapse though. That seems a bit weird to me. Just buff your Termagants. So Stigma's going to be going for a las cannon, which I thought he was going tier 3. Maybe he feels like it would take too long to get a tank out. There's still plenty of VPs to the red team. I find this a strange choice. I mean, I'm assuming it's a las cannon. He's got to be right. I'd have just saved up for a Lehman. A nice Vanquisher Lehman would be quite effective here, but I don't know. Apparently not going to see that yet. And what is Rutank doing? He was pushed back down here. Perhaps overextended himself a bit too close into the base. Really just needs to keep decapping this wreck with his scouts and send his main troops down the mid. Yeah, I mean, Rutank can definitely buy the gens. 1000 requisition on this guy right now. This is a pretty fearsome little blob in the middle. A couple of las cannons are there. He didn't infiltrate before he started the cap, which is a shame. The heavy flamer really needs to focus on the blobs of guardsmen. It's kind of micro-intensive, but right now, with the Psyker there, these Vanguard have got no chance. Being hit by that ability, slowed down and making them take more melee damage. And he's using the Flamer, Cleansing Flame ability, but the Ogrins just don't really give a shit. There's only 4 models and they're too tanky. So, oh, nice Bow Strangler hit there on the Stormtroopers. They're going to have to retreat, but the heavy weapons teams are still in play, both of them. They're punishing. Flamer, TFC again, not doing great things. Should be pushing him down maybe. Maybe go decap the natural with the Flamer TFC and then you can gen bash while you're at it. But, I don't know, that just doesn't seem that effective. Nice Hell Fury strike there, killing a lot of Termagants. Nearly wipes that squad. Yeah, these Venabrood cannot cap this. They are actually Death Spitters at this point, and they're doing a lot of damage with those Death Spitters, jeez. Kills the Guardsman Sergeant there. In fact, all the supporting Guardsmen are actually dealt with. Suppress these with the Bow Strangler. Lictor Alpha comes out of nowhere. Does he have Flesh Hook? He could at least kill one of these models. Yeah, kills the Commissar. Nice. Leaves the squad with 7 HP. Going to be frustrating for Feg there, but hey, killing the Commissar, it's still a nice pickup that. Nice chunk of wreck and power that you make the enemy have to repay. So we've got a tier 3 Lictor now as well, cool. So we've got the normal Lictor with the Corrosive Claws, which do 63 DPS power melee, and they slow the target, including vehicles. And then we've also got just a conventional Lictor, which is going to leap around the place. And these Catishans are in a bad spot right now. Yeah, going to get hit by that Bow Strangler and Termagants. Gotta get out of there, my guy. So you can see the Psyker here really controlling the TFC. Very nice with that ability. That starting ability on the Psyker, the channeled snare and melee DR debuff. Very powerful ability. Now Vanguard, I feel like they're doing this quite a lot. They're pushing too deep on this side. Here we go. We've got Bullgrins now. I don't even think I've seen Bullgrins in my cast. So these guys, they're a bit slower. In fact, they're a lot slower. They're only speed 4.5, which I think is actually a problem. I think they need more speed. But they're more durable in general, though their levels do reset. So level 4 Ogrins will be tankier than level 1 Bullgrins. But yeah, Bullgrins, if they're the same level, are tankier. And the interesting thing about them is that they take reduced range damage thanks to those slab shields that they have. So you really want to try and kill them in melee, or just avoid them in general because they're slow. But they're going to be very tanky for ranged fire. So it might be an ideal unit actually to just throw onto VPs and cap whilst you're getting blasted by Strangleform cannons. But as you can see, they're super slow. So they shouldn't be able to close in really on a Carnifex or anything like that. Carnifex is going to have to go back to base for a little bit of healing. We've got to push up now on the natural VP of the red team. We've got a Predator tank approaching. No AV. Where's the last cannons at? They're both totally in the wrong position. Stigma's is in the base. Autumn's is covering the mid, so going to have to rotate that. See a bunker now as well. Really... Okay, I was just about to say, I'm really confused as to why we don't see P-devs, but guess what? We see P-devs. So we can definitely use the P-devs to take out this bunker. The heavy weapons team right now is trying to back off, trying to get into the bunker, which doesn't seem like a good idea to me. The Psyker's going to get killed in retreat by the Predator. So let's see, will the last cannon actually face the correct direction? No, it's facing down this way. This is the problem, you can't choose which way it should face. Okay, it actually manages to get a shot off there on rear armor, the Predator, at complete max range, which seems quite impressive. And the TFC, once again, is using Cleansing Flame on Bullgrins now, which seems absolutely ridiculous. You should just be ignoring these. Move up, flame the fucking las cannon and the guardsman, and then just teleport across here and get to safety. Retreat. I don't know what he's doing. Very strange use of the TFC there from Rutank. Just get a beautiful P-Dev shot off on the Bullgrins. This is what I'm saying, like the P-Devs, they're kind of an obvious choice. If you can land another one, that could be deadly. Ooh, just missed them. Just missed them. I don't know if that would have wiped, probably not, but might have. So everything's now in the mid for the red team. We've got the Lord General here with his Carapace armor, which gives him stand firm, and that's these blue circles. That makes them immune to suppression, all the nearby units. But obviously that's on a cooldown, it only lasts for so long. We'll see it wear off in a minute. They still take big damage, so they're still shooting. Oh, wow. So you see the range there on the las cannon, absolutely gigantic range, and that's from the fire on my target ability of the Lord General, which is basically a range buff in an AoE. And right now we've got a Vanquish Lehman Russ is on the field. That's going to be chasing down the Carnifex, trying to punish it. Right now it keeps misfiring its cannon, which is not ideal. Stormtroopers is taking the natural VP. What's this? Okay, there's a Venom Cannon Carnifex coming out. Venom Brood should just be tying up the Lord General in melee. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, this is nice play. See how the Lehman's getting snared right now because of the Corrosive Claws? That is allowing the Carnifex to put in some serious work. Oh, he stopped attacking it with the Lictor. Why? That seems very strange. Why did he do that? I don't know why he stopped attacking it with the Lictor. That might have been enough of a snare to let the Carnifex finish it off. I'm assuming it already used its Bioplasma. The Venom Cannon Carnifex, not very accurate against infantry, but absolutely brutal against vehicles. Very much a hard vehicle counter. But you can tie it up in melee, and that's what the Inquisitor's doing right now. Not really going to help because there's no follow-up. Oh my god, look at the VPs. I just realised now there's only 2 VPs for the blue team. I did not even realise they were that low. That's insane. So the scouts are going to be getting on over there. They're holding the natural right now, but they're rotating to the mid, and there's basically nothing to guard the natural. I think that's some stormtroopers from Autumn calling in. Yeah. I mean, they'll get the mid, but the bulk of Autumn's army is now coming over to the natural VP, which I don't think they'll be able to defend. Maybe, there's Terminators here. The Vanguard are actually performing pretty well against the Bullgrins. Like I said, Bullgrins beat them up in melee. They have they lose Use Your Head, so that's like their main ability for anti-melee as an Ogrin squad. They lose that. Oh, that was not the best grenade. I mean, it slaughters that one Bullgrin, but the rest of them are just sitting there capping in front of their face, because if they get this point, they don't win. So I don't know what Autumn's doing. Well, maybe, because... No, it doesn't matter. They're still not going to win because they can't take the natural. And here we go. Finally, Cleansing Flame is actually affecting the Guardsmen this time, and it is melting them. Damage over time from the Hellfire rounds of the Stern Guard, which are all damage buffed because of the Terminators, which buff nearby units every time they get a kill. It's going to be a lot of dead Guardsmen. Now the TFC can finish off the gens. Not like it matters at this point. I mean... oh shit, both of the fucking Carnifex got killed down here. Last cannon, and probably the tank. I mean, there's also stormtroopers running around, so... Yeah. Another Venom Brood comes out, dropped in from the Lictor Alpha's global bar, and that's going to be a Tyranno formation. But too much DPS coming out of the Venom Brood right now, they're going to get melted. But the Tyranno formation's doing things. Can the Lictor kill the Cadishans in retreat? Oh god, is this a rocket run? Lictor Alpha, no, not Lictor Alpha, the Lictor kills the Lord General. And the Zoanthrope's just chilling, doesn't even have its shield on. Just tanks that fucking rocket run like a beast. And the problem for the blue team, sorry, the problem for the red team right now is they've got no infantry on the field to contest these VPs. So I think this is a victory for the blue team right now, in spite of them killing both of the Carnifex. Indeed it is. Very nice. Nice to see the Tyranids beating the plague of double IG in a team game. Shame I missed what happened with the Carnifex. But they were taking on a lot over here. But hey, it got them the VPs that they needed. So there you go. Hope you did enjoy that one, folks. Hope you're enjoying the 2v2s. Please, if you do enjoy the 2v2s, let me know in the comment down below. That's all from Torpid this time. Signing out.